Hello, friends, and welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. Let's start our video with a story about a woman and her husband who cleverly turned their grumpy father's complaints into an unforgettable Christmas gift. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. Here we go. Grumpy father-in-law gets more mugs than he can handle. Background: my, female 32, father-in-law, 67, is a stereotypical grumpy old man. My husband, 33, says that his father wasn't always like this, but the years have turned him sour. My father-in-law is always complaining about something, constantly going on right-wing political tangents, always inserting his opinion even if he isn't involved in the conversation, and constantly whining that my husband and I never make time for him, despite having him over for dinner every other week. My husband tolerates, but doesn't entertain his grumpiness. I handle it like I would handle an incoherent toddler, and just reply, "Wow, what an interesting thing to say," and then move along the conversation as if he weren't there. Recently, my husband and I completely reorganized our kitchen. As most people do, we had far too many coffee mugs. We decided to get rid of half of them, about 17, so we put them in a box and set them aside to be donated. That evening, father-in-law came over for dinner and noticed the box of mugs by the front door. When he asked about it, we just said we had too many and needed to get rid of some. He immediately started rambling on about how wasteful our generation is, how we use something for 30 seconds and then throw it away, how his generation would always use an item until it fell apart and then they would mend the item and keep on using it. He finished it off by saying someone his age would never consider discarding perfectly good items like that. I just responded with, "Okay," and continued on getting dinner ready without addressing it further. Well, this last weekend we had our Christmas celebration with my husband's family. We celebrated early due to multiple family members going out of state for Christmas. We enjoyed our evening despite a few grumblings from my father-in-law. Towards the end of the night, we all exchanged gifts. That was when my father-in-law opened a big box of 17 used coffee mugs. He looked at my husband with a confused look on his face, so my husband said, "You were so vocal about how we shouldn't get rid of perfectly good mugs, so we decided to gift them to you, since you clearly wanted them." My father-in-law started making excuses about how he doesn't need that many and how he already has mugs and doesn't have the space to keep them. My husband just shrugged and said, "I'm sure you'll find something to do with them. Your generation is very resourceful." It's only been 2 days since he got his new mug collection, but he's called my husband and me 7 times trying to convince us to take back the mugs. All I've said was, it would be wasteful for us to take them back. Thank you so much for saving the perfectly good mugs. Good grief. How is it wasteful to donate them? You very specifically were not throwing them away. I love your resourcefulness in using his words against him. And our second story. Why I've stopped helping old friends. So I ended up on benefits after escaping an abusive relationship while pregnant. So between rent, food, and baby shopping, I've very little spending money that I try to save up. So one night at 1 a.m., I get a message from an old friend from school on Facebook. She had messaged me before stating how she had been in a similar situation before and if I wanted to talk, I could. We didn't speak after that for several months, so the following conversation came out of the blue. Old friend: "Hi, look, I'm stuck and need money for gas. Could you send me some money to pay for gas?" Me: "Hi, I'm sorry you're stuck, but I'm on benefits and don't have a lot to spare, and I've still got to make it to the end of the month. Maybe try someone else?" Friend: "Please, I'm on benefits too. I just need enough to get gas. It's not much." Me, extremely tired as my baby wasn't sleeping: "Okay, let me check what I can spare." Friend: "Anything will help. I'm at the airport and I didn't fill up before I got here, so now I'm stuck." Me: "Okay, I can probably spare 25 pounds, but I need you to pay me back as soon as you can because I do need that money." Friend: "Oh, that's amazing. Thank you." I send her the money via PayPal, and then a week passes. Me: "Hiya, wondered if you were able to pay back the money I gave you? I really needed to pay my electric meter as it's run out this week and I don't get paid until next week." Friend: "I don't know what you're talking about. You never sent me money." I screenshot the conversation and send it to her. Friend: "Oh, that money. That was a gift, so you can't demand it back." I was so confused, as even in the conversation I say she needs to pay me back. To make me feel even worse, she goes on. She really helped me that night. I was having a great night out with friends, and that extra money paid for a round of drinks. I fill with rage. I haven't been out in months because I'm on benefits and trying to spend my money wisely, and she had to decide to trick me with an emergency of being stuck at an airport in order to have another round of drinks? I tell her to never do that again, block her, and explain what happened to my mom. My mom paid for my electric meter, and when my money came in, I paid her back. That whole situation pisses me off still, because I still try to see all the good in people after what I went through, but then there's people that test you, like her. I was suspicious when she mentioned the airport. If you're broke, why are you flying? If you're just picking someone up, they can pay for fuel. And our next story. I work there, so I should work here too? I had to collect a jacket from a seamstress. I had to pop into a petrol station on the way. Big, thirsty old caddy. Now, I've worked in petrol stations for years and still do. The last one had full American-style service, meaning I filled up customers' tanks, washed windows, checked oil, all that jazz. I was the attendant for several years. Left that place a few years prior and went to another station out in the sticks. I filled up, paid, and as I was leaving, a little Toyota pulled in and a woman of about 60 jumps out. OTL, old Toyota lady, me, the night shift zombie. I've left the store and fumbling with my key when I hear, "Can you fill my car?" Immediately spotted she was talking to me. It was only me, hand her, but old habits. I'm tired having not long finished a night shift. I'm a retail vampire. Come join us, the undead. OTL, come fill up my car, she repeated, clearly annoyed. Me, I don't work at this garage, I shouted back over the traffic noise. OLT, you work at that one out of town. Me, and? Please note I'm tired, hungry, and have to complete my vital mission. You'd understand if you know the jacket's owner. OLT, that means you work at the rest of them. I've read a load of Reddit stories and have been dealing with Karen since my late teens. I don't want to go through the crap of the Karen today, so no, I don't. I got in my car and left. There are traffic lights right outside the station's exit, and it's red, so I'm stuck after traveling 10 yards. I heard her say, "Well, I never." I saw her take a picture of my car as I waited at the red. It turned green before anything else happened. It's just the way she spoke, that tone that retail workers everywhere hear before getting a migraine. I was too tired to give a damn. Besides, I didn't work there. And it should have ended there. I have no luck. The old Toyota lady called in to complain, as in she went to my station and collared my manager. Not though corporate, but drove to my station and talked to my manager who's worked there for 35 years. She takes no prisoners and doesn't suffer fools. My manager confirmed it was me in the picture. My car confirmed that I was off the clock because I worked nothing but night shifts, not in my uniform, and the station was not my place of work, and not even in the same town. She basically told her to grow up, stop wasting her time, and get out. She's met customers like this before and knows they'll be laughed out of the building no matter who she talks to, so no F's given. A few days later, I get a call from my old manager. She complained to him too and was also told to make like a tree and leave. I struggle to understand the logic of such people even after 20 years in the business. I wonder if it goes even deeper than that, because she sure was hell-bent on getting someone to validate her. Maybe if it's the utter inability to accept that she's wrong or that she won't get her way. Some people's brains just break when they hear anything resembling a no. And our last story. Be a POS all your life? Have fun being stuck in a city of crime? This revenge was performed by my mom and her epic mind. It all started when I was born. Life was happy, good, and easy. My brother was a good and working person, college dropout, but always very smart. Or that's what we thought. My brother went out every night with his friends. Nothing alarming, but very weird. Time passed and I turned 10 years old. At this point, my brother had a girlfriend, a son, and had already moved out. It was fun. Until my brother moved back with me and my parents. Crap truly hit the fan there. The first day we noticed an instant change in both his personality and appearance. You see, he didn't move back in alone. He came with his son and girlfriend. We asked why he came back, and he simply said they had a problem and this was temporary. For his girlfriend, to which I'll refer as D, and his son, this was true. But he stayed for the rest of this story in our house. When Dee and her son left, she cut contacts with both our family and my brother, but occasionally asking for money. Don't tag her as bad just now because she had a very good motive. My brother, after this, became a good-for-nothing piece of crap with everybody in the house. Turns out his friends actually were his dealers. You know the stuff. Later, we asked why did they truly leave another house, and he said, I had a fight with her brother and dad. It was vague, but it was true. Sometime around 2018, when I turned 11, we occasionally went to visit Dee and her son. One of those times, my mom asked why she cut contacts. The truth was that my brother was emotionally, physically, and verbally abusing her. She didn't press charges and still refuses to do so because of fear. My mom became enraged at him, but didn't do anything just yet. Years passed. My brother stayed in our house, fights between my brother and everybody here. I started showing signs of depression around those times. I was 11 years old. Imagine how crappy this was for me. More time passed, and it's now 2020, and his first fight with my dad, his stepdad, just happened. My mom was leaving to go to Culiacan, and right after the fight, my brother asked if he can go. My sister, which was not relevant to this story, offered to buy him a plane ticket. This is where the revenge starts. You see, my sister bought a ticket to go, but not to come back. Mom was the one to come up with this plan. My brother didn't know this at the time. Culiacan is a city known for being home to various drug cartels. Sinaloa, the state where Culiacan is pretty much horrible. More if you're like my brother. The day my mom returned is when I was notified about all this. I was expecting my mom to come back with my brother, but she came home alone. My brother was left alone in a hotel with no money, no family, nothing. He tried calling us multiple times through public phones, but wasn't successful at all. Unless he gets a job in a house, he's in big trouble. It's the first time in years I've truly felt happy. Thanks a lot for reading all my nonsense. Revenge is a dish best served cold. There aren't words to describe how frozen that is. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.